All right, number 2, we're going to solve this system of equations. We have 2x minus 2y plus z equals negative 21. In the middle, we are missing one of them. The term we're missing is y, so I'm going to leave that position blank. 4x, there's nothing for y, plus 5z equals negative 11. And then x plus 4y minus 3z equals negative 8. Alright, so the easiest thing to do is elimination. I'm going to call this first one equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. So since this equation already is missing y, I'm going to eliminate y from one of these and come up with a new equation. They're already opposite signs. I just need to multiply by 2. So I'm going to multiply this equation by 2. Doing so will give me 4x minus 4y plus 2z equals negative 42. And then, since the y is already opposite, I'm just going to bring it down below it. X plus 4y minus 3z equals negative 8. And now we're going to add these two equations together. This will give me 5x. The y's cancel. That's the elimination process. This will be minus z equals negative 50. Alright, so I have an equation in terms of x and z. I'll also have this one in terms of x and z, so I'm going to bring it down. And we're going to try to eliminate one more variable. So I got 4x plus 5z equals negative 11. I can multiply both by 4 and 5 to get rid of x, but I have to change the sign. These signs are already opposite, so it would be better for me to multiply by 5, and I'll have the opposite sign already and just change the number. So multiply by 5, this row. So give me 25x minus 5z equals negative 250. And then I'm just going to bring this equation straight down. 4x plus 5z equals negative 11. Now we're going to add these two together. This will give me 29x. That cancels out. Equals negative 261. I'm going to divide by 29 to get x. And so we'll get x equals, and so let's see, 261 divided by 29. Turn it on. And it gives us 9. Now this is negative, gotta be careful. I just plugged in 261, but it's negative divided by positive, so I should get a negative. I'll get a negative 9. Alright, so once I find my first one, I'm now going to go backwards and take the equation that had two variables, x and z, and I'm going to plug in x. So 4 times negative 9 plus 5z equals negative 11. This will give me negative 36 plus 5z equals negative 11. We'll add the 36, so we'll basically be subtracting that 11. 5z is going to give me a positive 25. Divide by 5. And we get z equals 5. Okay, so once I have these two, I can now go back and plug into either one of these. I'll go and do this third equation since it has some smaller numbers. So I'm going to plug in a negative 9 for x plus 4y. We don't know y yet. Minus 3 times z, which was 5, is going to be equal to negative 8. And so we get negative 9 minus 15 plus 4y equals negative 8. This will give us a negative 24. We're going to add that over here. So 4y, we're going to plus 24, so you'll subtract 8 from 24. That will give us 16. Divide by 4, and we get y equals 4. Okay. So here are our answers. I'm going to also do this in the matrix again. We're going to be going toward the matrix. I want to show you how to do it. If these answers are correct, whenever I plug this into the matrix and the answer comes out, we're going to get a 1. So they do 1s down the diagonal. And then over here you'll have your answers. So 1, 0, 0, it'll be 0, 1, 0, and 0, 0, 1. Lining up our variables, x was in the first column, y was in the second, z was in the third. So what we should see in the first column, 1, where the x was, that first row, we should see a negative 9. The second column, where was y, should give me the y value of 4. And the third column, where that 1 was, that bottom row should have a value of positive 5. I'm going to clear out what we've done. Easiest thing to do is just do second plus 7, 1, 2, get rid of everything. But you don't have to, you can just type over it, but I like to reset. So I'm going to go to second matrix, arrow over to edit. We're going to put enter and edit this one. Now this time we got 3 equations, so 3 rows, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So this is going to be a 3 by 4. We're going to put the coefficients in, double check, make sure you don't type the wrong number. That's the most common error. Type a 2, negative 2, a 1 for the z, understood to be a 1 as a coefficient in front of there, and then negative 21. Alright, second row, we got a 4. This one is missing the y value, so we're going to leave it at 0. Type a 0 and hit enter. Then 5. Then negative 11. And then the final row, there's 1x, so we'll put a 1, a 4, negative 3, and then negative 8. Double check, verify you got everything entered correctly, correct signs. Once you verify that, you'll go second quit and get out. You're going to go second matrix again. We're going to arrow to the middle, math. Arrow up gets there faster, RREF. You can arrow down, but going up gets you there faster. And then it wants to know which matrix you want to reduce, so you got to do second matrix one more time, and we'll hit enter on A, and then hit enter again. And so you can see that matrix negative 9, 4, and 5 does match our values and everything that we got. So the solution set, there's one answer. Make sure you put them in the right position. Negative 9, 4, and 5.